week. The album that we are going to be discussing is the brand new album by Flea, Honora. So Honora is the debut solo album by Red Hot Chili Peppers bassist Flea. It was released on March 27, 2026. The album was inspired by Flea's love of jazz and features 6 original songs along with cover songs. The album was named after his great grandmother and inspired by her difficulties with poverty in Ireland and her immigration to Australia. The cover art features a 1960s era photo of Flea's mother-in-law, Shahin Badian in Iran. So that's some background information on this album. Eric, your thoughts on Flea's debut solo album?
So Flea is such an interesting character, and I feel like he's iconic to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And when I read the Scar Tissue autobiography, I was very shocked to know that, like, because I didn't really know at the time that Flea played the trumpet and all that stuff, and then he was like huge into like jazz music and learning to play, like he actually learned like an instrument like that wasn't the bass, and he wasn't in like a rock band that was like almost like borderline delinquents, right? um but like I like the idea behind this, and that he wasn't gonna make like a funk album, right? Like, because it's like everybody associates most artists with a certain genre, and then they get trapped when they go to do their solo stuff, that it's like, oh, it doesn't sound like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, right? And
Right.
it's like, that is definitely not what this is. If you go in like that, you're going to be highly disappointed.
Yep.
That I thought it was, there's parts that I liked, then there's parts that I didn't like.
Okay.
So sorry, I've got this like cough here.
All good. All good.
I'll try to talk through this, but
We'll get through this.
yeah, I felt like the Golden Wing ship. I don't really know the like how that was necessary in there, because it just was like, just
It's just
I felt like it
noise.
was just a waste of a track.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like just knock it down to 9 tracks. You don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt like a plea is a good opener, because it has that do do diddle 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 diddle
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
do, right. So I liked a plea. I just didn't like the spoken word part of it at the end. Like it was
Oh.
too, I felt like it was way too hippy dippy for me.
It is, but it's very. I
It's
feel like
very
it's
Flea.
yeah. It's one. It's very Flea, but I also feel like it's very jazz or like bebop. Like that. It
Mhm,
seems like very fitting in that genre of music. That sort of scatty type of lyrics.
mhm.
Old school jazz club type of thing. It is a little off putting, but I don't know. At a
Mhm.
certain point, I'm just like, that seems, it's cool. It's different.
It is definitely different. All I pictured was like him in like some sort of like circle, like a drum circle or something, and then they're just chanting these words, and then like the outside world's looking at these people who are unemployed, being like, well, okay, what are you're not accomplishing anything, right? Like it's one thing. It's like I get the message he's trying to say, because there's a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like conflict in the world right now, and it's like we should concentrate on loving each other, right? But it got to the point where it was like way too hippy dippy. It's just like, okay, well, why should we do that, Flea? Like whereas like some bands that are like anti, like government and stuff, they actually have very cool, unique, it's like things in their lyrics that show that. But
Right. Yeah.
you do make a good point. This is like a jazz scatty,
I
like
no, I do
artsy feel
I
to it.
do agree with you. The actual words that were spoken are very surface level,
Mhm,
with no real like deep insight into anything. It's pretty much just like peace and love type of messaging.
mhm.
There wasn't like a cool, like Dylan always like it's like there's a second meaning, there's a third meaning, there's always some like
Exactly.
layers under it. This was very surface level, like love each other.
100%.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
hundred
I
percent.
do agree with you there.
Now, it got a little weird, like because like I like Traffic Lights. I thought that was a cool song.
Mm-hmm.
But when he started saying like, oh, I'm trying to find the lyric. It was just like Mother Earth is pregnant. Is that still in a plea?
I think that's Morning Cry, I believe, if
Morning Cry.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So I was just like, it got like weird, like to the point where it was like, did I take any psychedelic drugs? Am I tripping out right now listening to this? Right. And then it was interesting that he covered Wichita Lineman. I was not expecting that at all. Out of all the songs, and I like that is a classic song, right? It is a very classic song. Everybody knows that song. Well, I would say most people know that song,
I feel like the
especially
kids
in
don't
the
know that song,
older,
but the
yeah,
older
the
generation.
older
Yeah, yeah,
generation knows that song, and
yeah.
they're like, that song is great. But it was interesting hearing it in a different light because I've heard this song so many times
Mm.
because my in-laws like play it all the time,
Oh, that's
and it's
hilarious.
like it's literally like, I am a lineman for the county, right? And then not hearing it like that was very like it really fucked up my brain a bit. Let's just say that. And then I want to point out too the thinking about you,
Mm.
listening to it in the recording version. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was great. Um,
Yeah.
when he played it live at the Tonight Show, I just felt like there was just that transition between the bass guitar and then him switching to the trumpet. But obviously, you can do that in a recording. You
Mm.
have that option. But I liked it. It
Nice.
sounded full when it was going through, unlike when he played it live. So
Mm. Question: do you know the Frank Ocean original of that song, or is this the first time
yes, I
you?
do.
Okay, or was
Yes, I
this
do.
the first time you listened to it? As this?
No,
Okay, okay, okay.
no, yeah.
I was just curious about that. Cool. Anything else about the album?
I mean, it was definitely like I wasn't expecting it to be a funk album.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I was expecting it to be a little bass heavy, but it was definitely a lot more jazzier than I thought it was going to be, which
Yes.
I kind of dug. Like I felt like I could put this on and just like sit down and concentrate on getting like stuff done, you know?
Mm. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. So here's the weird thing. I was going into this album thinking I'm definitely not gonna like this album.
Hmm.
Cause in general, I think Flea is an overrated bass player. I think
Oh, I know you do.
I think he's an overrated bass player. I think he's very clearly good at what he does,
Hmm.
but I think in the slap and pop realm, he's outclassed by like a good like 100+ bass players in the industry. I think people that put him at like the top 5 or top 10 is like, I think you're out to
Mm.
lunch. If
Hmm.
his slap and pop technique's nice, but it's not proficient like quote unquote
Yeah.
real bass players. But
You know, because I thought Flea was a great, not to throw off your point. I thought he was a great bass player, and then when you showed me Victor Wooten, I was like, "Oh my god, okay,
yeah,
this is like I did not know the
yeah,
bass guitar could be played like that."
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So, but continue.
Yeah, Victor Wooten, Les Claypool, even Larry Graham, like they're just on completely different playing fields compared to Flea. Um, but not to knock him, I think in terms of his accessibility, he has definitely brought like slap and pop to like the mainstream. I think that's what he contributes mostly, just like a popularity to the bass guitar.
Mhm.
You can't really take that away from him. But yeah, so I don't have many positive thoughts about Flea in general when I'm thinking about his musicianship. However, I really like this album.
Mhm.
I really liked what he did on this record. I think it felt way more creative and way more freeing than a lot of the Red Hot Chili Pepper stuff. I feel like when he's playing in the Chili's, as good as it sounds, I feel like it's pigeonholed into he does the same thing over and over again.
Mhm.
He just needs to do slap and pop like 99% of the time, or do like a melodic upper register bass line. Like that's all he's
Mhm.
sort of stuck with with that repertoire there. This felt like at times he literally could just put the bass down and just play trumpet, and I thought that was a cool
Yeah,
angle because like people know him as a bass player, but he's got all these
he's
other facets.
he's a pretty good trumpet player. Like you can't knock that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's like when he's playing the trumpet, you're like, man, he's
The
like it sounds good.
the tone on that trumpet was so nice.
Hmm.
I was surprised how good of a tone he got out of that trumpet, which was it sounded really nice.
Hmm.
I want to say, as jazzy as this was, I really like Traffic Lights featuring Tom York of Radiohead.
It's a really good song. That's
Yeah,
my favorite song on this album.
yeah. I was like, oh shit, we're and Flea and Tom York have worked together in the past with their side band Amok, AMOK. So it's very much in that vein of like modern day Radiohead, where it's just very synth heavy, very spacey, very like ethereal type of music. But it's I really like that song. It's you know, you get Tom York in there, it's just like it's definitely gonna be good. My favorite song on the record, however, is Frailed, the 10-minute and 50-second
Hmm.
song. I
You like
thought
your long
I
songs.
really like long songs, but
Hmm.
I thought as much as it was repetitive, there was a certain like comfort in it. Just like it grooved really nicely, and I could just like sit
Hmm.
there and just like listen to it and just like have it hum in the background. So I really like that song for whatever reason.
Hmm.
And then thinking about you, the Frank Ocean cover, I think that was the best. Like, I think that was the most memorable slash hummable song on this album because I did come out of it like just like humming that melody line,
Hmm.
and I was like, oh shoot, he did a good job on that cover.
Hmm.
So I don't know, from an artistic standpoint, it was like really nice to listen to this record because it really subverted pretty much all my expectations because I really didn't think I was gonna enjoy this one. But the jazz parts were like it was so nice to listen to,
Hmm.
and it didn't seem like it was phoned in. It really felt like a passion project rather than someone who is just like get the songs done in one take, just improv the whole thing, and we're good to go. Which is
Yeah,
like a lot of jazz records, but this one felt deliberate for the most part.
yeah, it definitely, like as a pet project of his, it definitely sounds like he spent time on this,
Mm-hmm.
which was cool to see. And it's like I'm not knocking the album. Like I feel like most jazz albums would have a cover here and there, and even blues songs, of
Yep.
course, like
Yep.
blues albums as well. So, because I would say blues and jazz are kind of similar in that
In that
kind
respect,
of
yep.
realm.
Yep.
Yeah,
You have to play the standards for the most part.
yeah. I thought thinking about you was a good cover of it, and it was very hummable. Even Wichita Lineman, as much as like the old song is such a classic, and it was just hard to listen. It was interesting listening to a different take on it, but I
Mm,
liked it. It was good. Um, yeah, I thought I enjoyed listening to this album. Like this is an album like I found myself popping it on
yeah.
when I would have my morning coffee
Yes.
and just
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of sitting there and just kind of like waking up and like getting ready for the day.
Yep.
So in a calm manner. It's not like pumping you up, getting ready for the
Yep.
day. So
Yeah. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
keep that in mind. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. I wasn't a fan of the big hippy dippy lyrics. That was the one thing that was a downfall for me.
Yeah. I think if you spend a little bit more time on the lyrics, just like dig a little bit deeper than just surface level stuff, I think it would have been really good.
Mhm.
A few side notes for personnel on this record. Chad Smith was on drums for track one, Golden Wing Ship.
Oh,
And John Frusciante did appear on this album. However, he did not play on the album. He on track 4, Frailed, and on track 9, Willow Weep for Me, he did the trumpet and snare drum treatments.
oh, Wow. I guess you got to give credit for that now, you know?
Just imagine you call in John Frusciante into the recording studio and just go, can you just, fiddle with these knobs and fix the trumpet and snare drum sounds?
Yeah, I don't want you playing like, well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
I'm gonna play guitar. Oh no, no, put the guitar away.
Yeah.
We're
Just,
not playing
we're
guitar
not doing
today.
that today. No,
Yeah.
no.
I was gonna say before you said that, I was gonna be like, what? Did he get credit for just standing in the room while it was being recorded?
Yeah, that's wild. Cause like
Hmm.
some of these songs had guitar. Why don't you just get John to do those? Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is that would make way more sense.
I don't know. It's wild. Anyways, just wanted to point that out. All right, Eric. Final thoughts, ratings. What are you gonna give this one?
I was thoroughly surprised how much I like this. I thought I was gonna look at like I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be good, and I'm glad it surprised me. I just wasn't a fan of the hippy dippy lyrics, and I think I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10, in my opinion. I think I would have given it a 10 out of 10 if it wasn't just for that. Like, it just ruined it for me. It was just too like it was too out there.
Um. Oh damn! I really wish you didn't say 9 because I'm gonna give it a 9 also.
Oh damn!
I legit thought you were gonna give it like a 6 or a 7, but
Oh really?
yeah,
Okay,
I actually thought you weren't
okay.
gonna enjoy it as much. But
Mhm.
that's good to hear that you enjoyed it also. Yeah, I'm giving this a 9. I think. Yeah, I do agree with you. Golden Wingship, I found I just like skipped that thing. And then lyrically and like a plea, I was like, whatever. And
Mhm.
then Mother Earth getting pregnant, I was like, whatever. Like, you just,
Yeah, and at the end of the day, that's like a personal preference for myself, but it's like Mother Earth is pregnant for the third time, and I was like, why the third time? I don't understand. Maybe it was just over my head, and I'm sure somebody in the comments is going to explain this to me, and I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts on why do you think that we should give this a 10 out of 10? Because I feel like it's close.
yeah. So before the comments completely rip us, the Mother Earth pregnant for the third time um, Maggot Brain is the song, which is a
Mhm.
funkadelic cover. So those spoken word lyrics are originally in
Ah,
that song already. So those aren't Flea's like written words.
gotcha. Okay.
I still think probably skip that part, but you know,
Mhm.
whatever. That's but but a plea, yeah, those lyrics were a bit whatever, surface level.
Mhm.
But yeah, 9 out of 10. We both enjoyed it. So, but the comments, let us know. Maybe it's a 10 out of 10. Maybe it's a 1 out of 10 for some people.
Maybe, yeah. I can see a lot of Chili fans are gonna well, let's listen to this, and they're gonna give it a 1 out of 10 just because it's a jazz album.
Maybe. Yeah. Anyways, subverted all expectations. I really like this, and I have a newfound respect for Flea. Uh,
Oh wow!
I still think he's a subpar bass player, but as a musician, this was impressive.
Well, you heard it here, everybody. Kem's new favorite bass player is Flea.
Oh, jeez, that's like, yeah,
Uh,
he's. Mm, there's no way. There's no way. All right, that was our discussion on Honora, the brand new debut solo album by Flea of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. For those of you following along with us every single week, the album that we are going to be discussing is Distracted by Thundercat. The brand new Thundercat album just came out, so we're going to listen to that and discuss it next week. Before we get to that, we actually have a controversial statement for this week. So, um,
ooh.
yeah, I did say you aren't a serious artist if your influence is AI, which I don't know. Today, I feel like that isn't that controversial. Come visit us in 20 years' time. I feel like this is going to
Mhm.
be a controversial take because I feel like
I f-
a lot of people are going to be like AI influenced.
I feel like it's more controversial to that specific artist you're calling. You're not a serious artist. And then it'd be like, what? What are you talking about, man? I like live and breathe AI, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. If you use AI to like write your albums, or I, I don't know, just part of the writing process. It's or
Mm,
like make full songs with AI, and that's like your artistic output. I don't know. I think that's too far for me.
yeah, exactly.
But who knows? Maybe 10 years time, I'm gonna change my tune and be like, this DJ XYZ is the greatest artist of all time, and all he does is type prompts on stage. Just imagine a live show. The DJ just brings out a
Yeah.
computer, hooks those speakers to it, and just writes prompts, and then that the music comes out based on those
You, mi-
prompts.
you might as well go watch somebody coding.
That'd be wild. Oh my god, that's a horrible future to think about.
Just watching. Oh no, no, he's not gonna do that.
Oh no.
It's just typing.
Yeah, you need
Oh,
like an overhead camera on his keyboard
yeah.
and see what he's actually like prompting the AI.
This will be like the most realistic DJ ever. That's what it would be. Just has a laptop, plug it in, not Chat GPT,
Oh,
plug it in prompts.
that's freaking horrible. That is horrible.
Oh,
Anyways, that's it for the Crossroads Music Podcast for another week. We're here live at twitch.tv/the Crossroads Music Podcast at 10 p.m. ET, 7 p.m. PT. Catch us on YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, all the places where you get your podcast. Feel free to leave some fan mail on the YouTube channel. Tell us why this album is by Flea a 10 out of 10 or a 1 out of 10 for those of you who really hated it. But thanks again for tuning in for another week, and we will catch you all next time.